So what is this thing called phantom pain? As human beings, we're all fearful of pain. No one likes to experience or feel pain, whether that's physical or emotional pain. Pain is not something that any of us like. I'm Melissa from Limbs for Life. I'm an above-knee amputee. We're creating a range of videos about living with amputation, helping you to gain some better insights about understanding limb loss from a user perspective and answering some of the questions along the way that you may have. So today we're going to discuss phantom pain, why people experience both the pain and the sensation, and what we can do to manage and live with phantom pain and phantom sensation. But before we get into phantom pain and phantom sensation, we should touch on post-surgical pain. To be clear, the pain that you may experience following surgery. Doctors, surgeons, and pain specialists will do everything in their power to ensure that you do not experience pain following surgery. Healthcare teams do their very best to manage your pain so that you can sleep and heal during the recovery process. We all know how important sleep and rest is for our bodies. So if we are woken by pain, then our bodies won't have the best possible chance to heal. If you're concerned about pain and pain management, speak to your surgeon about how they will manage your pain following the amputation procedure. Now let's get into phantom pain. First of all, let's clarify the difference between phantom pain and phantom sensation. Phantom pain is painful. It's usually a sharp, quick onset pain, which can present at any time unexpectedly and completely out of the blue. Phantom sensation is the feeling or sensation that the limb that has been amputated is still there. It's not painful, and it can give us a sensation of pins and needles or an occasional itch. In fact, it's been over 20 years since my amputation, and it still feels like my leg is there. Many of us live with the phenomenon that is phantom pain, the intense electric shock which catches your breath, the feeling that your residual limb or stump is being contorted with barbed wire, the sensation that a hot poker has just been stabbed into your ankle, big toe, or your fingers are being hammered with a nail. Many of us experience this pain, and it's not pleasant at all. Immediately following amputation, phantom pain is usually more severe and more frequent. When we think about it, our brains don't know that the limb has been amputated and it's no longer there. And our brain continues to send messages and signals to that limb, resulting in pain. Even after years, and while the intensity may have lessened, some people, including me, still unexpectedly experience this phenomenon. I could be going about my business, walking from one room to another, and all of a sudden that nail is being hammered into my big toe. It catches my breath. I often break out into a sweat, and almost as quickly as it came on, it disappears again. It's really quite random. Thankfully, and like many other people, my phantom pain has become significantly reduced, whereby I may only get a short bout 2 or 4 times per year, but for others it can be intense and continuous.
I do experience phantom pain. I get it. I actually experienced it probably 3 weeks ago. I get it severe about 2 to 3 times a year, and thank goodness for that, because it's excruciating pain where I'm up all night having spasmodic pain, like a hammer is getting, with a nail is getting drilled into my foot. So I just take medication to take the edge off it. It does help. And yeah, like you only get it 2 or 3 times a year. But the good thing is, and I don't know about how all amps feel about this, is that I constantly feel my foot there. It's just like pins and needles. Even after 22 years, I still feel that my foot's there. Look, I do suffer with blisters on my stump, and they have become a real big problem in the last 2 years. I've eased off now. It's nerve pain from where the nerves have been severed, and that's the phantom pain.
Phantom pain, I don't know. I have experienced it, but it was when it was post-amputation, and again, I was heavily medicated, and I'd wake up during the middle of the night, and my toes would be wiggling like crazy, which was a bit strange, a bit of a strange sensation, and I haven't got it really since. I mean, I'll get every now and then that I feel like I can move a toe, especially my big toes, but there's no pain as such. I don't get that phantom pain that a lot do experience, luckily.
I did very much in the early days. I do get it occasionally where I get like a sharp drilling pain in my ankle, or I can feel my toes cramping. I don't know about others, but when I wake up and stretch, I can feel my toes fan, like I'm stretching, and every now and again you get a little ache or a cramp, and it's weird because you can't do anything about it, sort of thing. But I don't get them nowhere near as much as I used to, and if I do, I probably don't even notice, like it's there. I just move on. Like, I don't sit there trying to fix it. I just let it ride out. Like, it doesn't get under my skin no more. But in the early days, you're going to experience your mind's very funny. It takes a long time to realise that part's not there no more. So it plays big tricks with you. So yeah, it's just one of those things. But yeah, no, it's nowhere near like it used to be. I think it just gets better after a few years. The burning, that's what started it all off. It's both my feet used to burn every night. And that was probably one of the biggest warning signs. But my residual leg, it doesn't burn much no more. But I have a bit of neuropathy in that foot, so I probably don't really feel it. But I do. I make sure this foot's always in good nick. I don't want to do the same to this one as I did to the right one. So checking for any cuts or anything like that, because having neuropathy, you don't feel things. And once I stood on glass, I didn't even know I stood on glass, and I'm wondering why there's a trail of blood's following me. And then I'll lift up my foot, and there's a big piece of glass stuck in it. So you got to be really switched on, overnight, just have a quick look, if there's marks on your socks, check out why, just don't ignore it. Your body's funny. As soon as it gets sort of an infection, it can go wild. That's what sort of happened with the right foot. So I just check it most nights when I go to bed.
Phantom pain experience is something I feel a little bit lucky and blessed with, because having met many other fellow amputees who have suffered a lot from it, I've been very fortunate. I've had it 3 times, each time strangely about 6 months apart. It seems to always hit me late at night, 11 o'clock, whatever. First time or so I'm lying in bed, maybe taking a painkiller tablet, whatever, doesn't go away. So I've now learnt on 3 separate occasions, and no rhyme nor reason as to why it occurs. I've just got up, watched TV, and then 10, 12 hours later, it's gone. To the extent when I have spoken to medical people, because it doesn't come back again, I've been very fortunate. So I've had 3 or 4 different experiences where I've decided for a day or 2 just to go back to a wheelchair, rest my leg, put it up, and not learn to be super brave and being a bit stupid, not brave, by pushing it too much. So I've learned to let my body tell me when I need to sometimes go, that's enough.
After surgery, your doctors will try to manage your phantom pain with medication. In addition to this, your residual limb will usually be bandaged firmly, which for some people can prove helpful. Throughout your recovery, you may be introduced to some other methods to help manage your phantom pain. These can include mirror box therapy, first trialled with returned servicemen and women in the Afghanistan wars. Some people find benefit using a mirror box, whereby people can see the reflection of their remaining limb in a mirror. TENS machine therapy. Transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation is a device used to pass small electrical currents across your skin, stimulate the nerves and relieve your pain. Cool packs and warm packs along with compression can also provide assistance. Massage therapy. Some people find that massaging their residual limb provides relief from pain. Distraction therapy. Keeping your mind busy with other things and trying to distract the brain. For example, playing music, reading a book, movement, or even exercise can work in this process. Dry needling or acupuncture. This can help if it's applied to the affected muscle or trigger point. It can decrease muscle tightness, increase blood flow, and therefore reduce the pain. Some amputees report having success with TMR surgery, targeted muscle renervation. TMR is a surgical procedure whereby nerves are transferred to new muscle targets. While phantom pain remains somewhat of a phenomenon, there are studies taking place to try to determine how this pain can be better understood, and therefore hopefully leading to better outcomes for all amputees. Finally, some amputees also experience what they call bone pain or an ache in their residual limb. Some suggest that it feels similar to a toothache. Regardless, bone pain doesn't seem to last too long, but it can cause distress to some people. If pain is getting you down and preventing you from having a restful night's sleep, speak to your healthcare provider about solutions which may assist you. Limbs for Life are creating these series of videos that cover a broad range of topics that help amputees through their journey. In a nutshell, we want to break down the barriers to amputation so that you can make educated and informed decisions and live the best life that you can. So click on one of these videos to watch more.